The American writer Bret Easton Ellis wrote many novels, among which one of his most proclaimed, Rules of Attraction, which was published in 1987. It was set in Camden University in New Hampshire. The main characters, during their university years, follow the rules of attraction, which manage human personal relations. Each character personifies the reality of their own life in a whirlwind of images and visions. The novel is a satire of our generation of inepts, a generation full of young people who are coddled and who can't accept the fact that someone may even not like them. The author is a writer and a screenwriter from the United States. His most important novel is American Psycho, which was published in 1991. The novel talks about the story of a young yuppie from New York, Patrick Bateman, a man who lives a double life, the luxurious but superficial life of Wall Street, and the serial killer's life at night. In 2002, The Rules of Attraction was adapted into a film by Roger Avery. The film had a lot of success. The novel narrates the woven life of Lauren, Paul, Sean, and Victor. It's throughout their adventures that the stories of others develop during a party held in a pub where everyone ends up drunk and unconscious. Skipping class and extending social relations in a near campus, these young adults lose themselves with drugs such as ice, ecstasy, and cocaine. It all seems as though the main reason for this is to lose track of time and space, to alleviate the sorrow which lives inside of them. The sorrow can be mitigated through drinking, casual sex, and traveling, as Victor does around Europe. Love is a dream, something that seems to be impossible. What really matters is to live the present. Each protagonist describes in first person what is happening to themselves. The narrations are often superimposed, as if every character has the urgent need of explaining what is happening. Ellis doesn't judge the desperate and hopeless characters. If we want to analyze deeply the lives of the main characters, we can say that the novel begins with Lauren, who lost her virginity during a college party. However, she was too inebriated and forgot who she slept with when she woke up the following morning. Moreover, she was filmed by another student who makes a pornographic movie. In the meantime, Paul tries to seduce a student and give him drugs, but gets brutally pushed away with homophobic insults. Sean receives a lot of love letters from an unknown girl, and he decides to go to the party to find out who she is. After a few beers, the research is interrupted and he decides to have sex with another girl. During the narration, Paul, Denton, and Sean start to have a sexual relationship. Paul really likes Sean, but Sean, who thinks that Lauren is the girl of the letter, starts to feel attracted by her. Lauren, who is in love with a drug addict who doesn't remember her, starts to have a relationship with Sean and gets pregnant. She decides to have an abortion. Paul is desperate because he knows that Sean doesn't love him, while the actual girl who wrote the letters for Sean commits suicide. This because she felt ignored by Sean. This suicide doesn't seem to be important for the young people at Camden University. The reader, who understands the seriousness of such an act, is angry and shocked. For the reader, the only thing that seems to matter is the awareness that we are all destined to be unsatisfied, Since Paul loves Sean, Sean loves Lauren, Lawrence loves Victor, and Victor loves himself. If only it were possible to talk about love. Sean Bateman, a very attractive boy who represses his emotions. He has sexual intercourse with half of the girls at the university. He is addicted to every kind of drug, and he has a lot of monetary debt. Paul Denton, a very smart and sensible, but also cynical and philanderer. He likes both women and men. He is in love with Sean, but he knows that he can't have him. Lauren Hind, a beautiful and very confused girl. She seems to search a relaxed relationship, but finds it even harder to find. She is delicate and romantic. In addition to the main characters, there are other characters who all have something very particular and not very normal. The film omits that Sean is bisexual and that he has a relation with Paul. It doesn't show that Sean has also a relationship with Lauren, and above all, it is set in 2002, while the book is set in 1985. As a consequence, many details change. For instance, the film Easy Rider that Sean sees in the book became pulp fiction in the film. The music as well turns out to be more contemporaneous pop, rock and metal in the film. Avery, the director of the film, makes an essential selection and gives to the characters a more unequivocal and a more understandable personality. In the film, Patrick Bateman, the protagonist of American Psycho and the brother of Sean, is only mentioned. On the contrary, the character of Clay, who has an entire chapter in the book, is totally absent in the film. The film doesn't show us, as the book, the seriousness and the consequences in the excess of drugs, sex and alcohol. In fact, the film is not that provocative, transgressive and biting, but gives, in any case, the idea of the social void which fills the life of these rich students. Rules of Attraction is a critical satire of a passive, indifferent, and desperate life of wealthy American students who are full of negativity, cynicism, and nihilism, and they try to resolve their problems by exceeding. But what is the result of this excess? The result is nothingness, and the emotional paralysis leading to depersonalization. These young people have a lot of tangible assets. In spite of this, they are bothered by a sense of emptiness. This is the reason why they don't understand the real values of life. I chose to analyze this book because I think that the thematic in it is extremely important for our generation. The denunciation of a society lacking of ideals and values where people also at such a young age are victims of binge drinking phenomenon, are drug addicts and have sex just for fun is very strong. It is so sad that also in the real world, and not just in the film, people feel obliged to do such a thing, to be conformed to their peers and to make their sadness go away.